Hi, Steve here from Property Hive. In this video we're going to talk about departments, which are core to how Property Hive works and allow you to segment your properties into the relevant departments. Now, by default we have 3 departments available. Here I am in the settings area, and I've got to this by going to Property Hive settings, and it's under the general tab, which is the default. We have 3 departments: residential sales, residential lettings, and commercial. Sales and lettings will be ticked by default, but you can enable commercial as well. Or you can add custom departments as well. So maybe we do farms or student accommodation as well as lettings. And what you'll notice is that when we've entered a new department name, we can select what it's based on. So if we were to do farms, for example, that would likely be either sales or commercial. To do student accommodation, that would be based on lettings. And what this essentially does is it determines the fields that show when you select this department. And this will become clearer in a second. But if it was based on sales, we would get, for example, price or price qualifier. If we were to do based on lettings, we would get rent and deposit. And like I say, those fields will become clear in a second. We have to also select a primary department. So this is used by default when you add a property. What is the department pre-selected to? And secondly, if someone is to run a search on your site, so imagine on your homepage you've got a search form, which one does it default to by default? Now let's look at how this impacts the property record. So we've got sales ticked and lettings ticked, and sales is the primary. We now go into a property. We'll see, and we're going to cover the property record later on, but for now we're just interested in the department. So this can be found under the details tab of a property record, and you'll see that because we only had 2 departments active, it's only showing the 2 departments, and we obviously had sales the primary, so that again is why sales is ticked by default. If we were to go back to sales, the settings area, and tick commercial as well, and maybe we'll set lettings as the primary, save those changes. If we then go into a property record, you'll see that we get sales, lettings, and commercial now. Now, sales is still ticked because this is an existing property. But if we go and add a property, you'll notice that the lettings department is now the default because that's what we selected as the primary. When I was talking about how you could add a custom department and specify what it's based on, what I mean by that is that you'll see if we toggle between sales, lettings, and commercial, the fields below all change. So for sales, we get price qualifier, sale by tenure. Lettings, we get rent, deposit, and commercial, we get commercial-esque fields. So that's how that relates to that. We also use departments when it comes to portal feeds and property imports. So if you are importing properties from a CRM, if it comes through as a lettings-esque property, it's the department which will be set as lettings, and vice versa for exports. So if we're sending to Rightmove, for example, if it has lettings ticked as the department on the property record, it will be sent then to Rightmove as lettings.